Hi guys, and welcome back here to Drone Emotion. Well, today we have probably one of the most exciting videos we've had in a very long time, and that is because the specs for the DJI Mini 3 have been leaked. And in today's video we have all of the detail that you need to know, ranging from the video resolution to the photo resolution, the sensor size, flight time, new design element, and a whole lot more if you're not going to want to miss out on. But before we get started with today's video, if you're new to the channel, welcome here to keep up to date with any upcoming DJI product, whether it is the Air 3, the Inspire 3, and of course the Mini 3. You already know this is a place to come for all of the latest updates and news. And also, we're currently in the road to 10,000 subscribers. So if you're watching today's video and not subscribed yet, well, I invite you to go ahead and join the Drone Emotion family. We're less than 1,500 subscribers away from actually reaching that goal. So let's go ahead and dive right into today's video, which is going to be very exciting. So in our last video of the Mini 3, we took a first look at what this new drone will possibly be looking like, thanks to our great friend Rafael from Drone Modelismo. He made a sketch based on every leak that we had so far. So let's go ahead and take a look at that render that was made by him, so that you can get an idea of what we can expect this Mini 3 to look like. So there we have it, and this is what we talked about in our last video, how this is basically a Mavic 3 Mini, and I really like the way this drone is looking now. Remember, this is not an official image, this is just a render based on all of the latest leaks, so expect the Mini 3 to look quite similar to what I just shared with you. But just today, our great friend Osita LB, which is a very reliable source, gave us a very big surprise, and that is because he shared with us the specs of the Mini 3. Now, how reliable is he? Well, he is very reliable, and he's been so for quite a while now. He has had some hit and misses, but the last time he made a sketch with concepts of specs was the Osmo Mobile 5, and everything that he sketched out turned out to be most of it 100% accurate. And well, he has done that once again, but this time with the Mini 3. So I'm very excited to go ahead and share with you what he had in store. So he went ahead and did a sketch and wrote down all the specs and new design elements that we can expect to see on the Mini 3. So let's just go ahead and take a look at what he had. So there we have it, guys, and as you can see, let's go ahead and take a look. It says DJI Mini 3 concepted by Osita LB, and there we have the design of the drone. Once again, it looks quite similar to what our good friend Rafael did a few weeks back. So once again, very similar design to the Mavic 3 with those brand new arms. And let's start talking about what we have on the upper right hand corner. It says that we have some brand new arms that will make room for some bigger propellers without increasing volume and takeoff weight, and that is going to be crucial for this Mini 3. Additionally, with bigger propellers, propulsion system has the same performance but lower battery consumption and longer flight time, which that is something that we all love. So we can expect to see some longer flight time on this Mini 3. On the current Mini 2 we have 31 minutes, so we can probably expect to see around 36 to even 38 minutes of flight time on paper with this new Mini 3, which will be just absolutely amazing. Now, one of the biggest improvements that will be made with the Mini 3, of course, will be its camera, and that is because it will be fitted with a 1/1.28 inch sensor, which is basically almost a 1-inch sensor, which that is absolutely amazing. We can expect to see some great improvements, particularly in low light scenarios. Now, this is the same size sensor that we have on the Autel Evo Nano Plus, so this is possible. This is nothing that is crazy to think about. Also, we're going to be getting 50 megapixel image resolution, which is very good and quite impressive, and we're going to be having a fixed aperture of f1.8, which is acceptable, and we have a lens equivalent of 24 millimeters. And of course, a bigger sensor will give us a better image quality with artificial intelligence and of course computational photography. Each shot can be cinematic even at night. And then at the bottom we see that this Mini 3 will be having OcuSync 3, which is something that we have already seen on the Mavic 3, and it's going to be giving us a 10-kilometer range, which is right around 6.8 miles, something right around there. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the upper left hand corner. What do we have there? Well, it says that we're going to be having a brand new aerodynamic design, which will provide us with extra lift force, and these slim arms will be ultra lightweight and will be giving the drone a very strong feeling, and they're going to be made out of carbon fiber. So that is something that I'm very excited to see. If this utilizes carbon fiber, that is something that I will really love to see. Now let's go ahead and keep on moving on, and let's talk about what we have with the CPU, the codec, the RAM, and all of this stuff. So it's going to be an all-in-one mainframe with PMU and UART port, and it's going to be introducing the world's first stock for camera drones, which will be quite mind-blowing. And it's also going to be having a new flight controller, ISPs, codec, and neural engine, and everything is going to be on a single chip, which is going to be making everything lighter but stronger. And now let's go ahead and take a look at what we have down here, which is very promising. It is going to be having forward, backward, and downward obstacle avoidance sensitive in order to protect you in every flight. And we're going to be having a bigger battery, but this time they're not going to be having any buttons or LED lights, and this is going to be in order to maximize the efficiency. So this will allow them to weigh less but still give us a longer flight time. And we're also going to be having a USB-C port as well as our micro SD slot in the back, and there we see how the battery is going to be mounted, and all of this is going to be under 249 grams, which that is absolutely amazing. So what do you guys think of these specs? Do you like them? Do you not like them? What are you expecting to see with this new Mini 3? Now, what we just saw, I think this is actually quite accurate, and everything that I just see from this sketch made by OCTLB, I think this is going to be becoming a reality. And I think that if this is what DJI ends up doing, I think this is going to be an absolutely killer Mini 3. I am very excited to see it. So let's go ahead and wrap things up and make a quick summary of what we just saw. So we're going to be having a brand new aerodynamic design, kind of similar to what we have on the Mavic 3, a brand new carbon fiber skeleton, which is something that I love. It's going to be making the drone lighter but also stronger. That is something that I love. Whenever carbon fiber is implemented, that is something I get very excited about. That is something that we just saw with the Autel Evo Light and Evo Light Plus. Also, we're going to be having larger propellers, longer flight time. Expect to see around 36 to 38 minutes of flight time with this new Mini 3. Of course, brand new flight controller, ISPs, codec, neural engine, and all of this is going to be on a single chip. And of course, where the biggest improvement is going to be made is on the camera department with that 1/2.8-inch sensor, which is almost a 1-inch sensor. That is something I am very excited to see, and that is going to be a huge improvement over the 1/2.3-inch sensor that we have on the current Mini 2, which, let's be honest, it is absolutely tiny. To put into perspective, this new sensor on the Mini 3 is going to be larger than the 1/2-inch sensor that we have on the Air 2, which already gave us incredible results. So I can only imagine the quality that I'm going to be getting from this new Mini 3. And of course, we're going to be getting the so much requested obstacle avoidance on the front, on the back, and on the bottom. Unfortunately, the sides and on the top have been reserved for the higher end Mavic 3, but nevertheless, I think that front and backward obstacle avoidance is much needed, and it has been a much awaited feature that has to be made in order to compete with the Evo Nano, Evo Nano Plus, and all of the Hobson Sino Mini drones that have been recently released. And of course, all of this is still going to be under 249 grams, which is the beauty of it all. So that is what we have on the department of specs. I'm very excited to see this Mini 3, guys. Stay tuned for the next video. We're going to be talking about the release date, so make sure you subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you don't miss on that video as soon as it goes live here on the channel. This is Drone Emotion, signing out.